Hello students, I am Dr. Premlata Verma from Government Bilasa Girls PG College, Bilaspur. And today I am going to deliver a lecture for MSc Semester 2, Paper 3, Topology. The topic of today's lecture is compactness and separation axioms. So students, today we are going to learn about some basic concepts and definitions. Uh, Then we are going to prove a theorem. Every T3 space is a T2 space, or we can say that every T3 space is a Hausdorff space. We will prove another theorem where every compact Hausdorff space is a T3 space. So let us first learn about some basic concepts, uh, definitions. Hausdorff space. This is also called a T2 space. A topological space X tau is said to be a Hausdorff space if and only if for every pair of points x and y belonging to x such that x is not equal to y, that means x and y are distinct points of x, there exists tau open sets G and H such that X belongs to G, Y belongs to H, and G intersection H is equal to phi. Or in other words, we can say that a topological space is said to be a Hausdorff space if and only if distinct points of X have disjoint neighborhoods. Then we come to T3 space. A regular space which is also a T1 space is called a T3 space. Now let us define what is a regular space. A topological space is said to be a regular space if and only if for any tau closed subset f of x and a point p of x which does not belong to this closed set f, there exists two open sets G and H such that P belongs to G, F is contained in H, and G intersection H is equal to phi. Now we come to compact space. A topological space X tau is said to be compact if and only if every open cover of X has a finite subcover. Now we shall see some useful theorems which are to be remembered in proving today's theorems. First theorem, a closed subset of a compact space is compact. Second, a space X tau is a T1 space if and only if every singleton subset X of X is closed. Third, every T2 space is a T1 space. We have already um, seen the proof of these three theorems. So we are not going to prove this. Rather, we shall consider these three theorems as tools for proving our present two theorems. Now we come to our first theorem. Every T3 space is a T2 space. Let us start our proof. Let X tau be a T3 space. We have to prove that X tau is a T2 space. In order to prove that X tau is a T2 space, we will start with 2 points X and Y which are distinct, and we will find two open sets G and H such that X belongs to G, Y belongs to H, and G intersection H is equal to phi. So we proceed like this. Let X and Y be two distinct points of X. Since X tau is a T2 space, since X tau is a T3 space, and we know that a regular T1 space is a T3 space, that means this space is also a T1 space. And it is also a regular space. And we know that a space X tau is a T1 space if and only if every singleton subset of X is closed. Hence, singleton set Y is closed. Now, singleton set Y is closed, and we see that X is not an element of this singleton set Y. Hence, there exist open sets G and H such that X belongs to G, singleton set Y, which is a closed set, is contained in H, and G intersection H is equal to phi. This comes from the fact that the space is a regular space. Now, singleton set Y is contained in H. This implies that Y belongs to H. Thus, for distinct points X and Y belonging to X, there exists open sets G and H such that X belongs to G, Y belongs to H, and G intersection H is equal to phi. Hence, X tau is a T2 space. Hence, we have proved that every T3 space is a T1 space. Students, I have given here hint so that you may remember the hint which will be convenient to prove this theorem. The first hint is that it is a theorem on T1. That means a space X tau is a T1 space if and only if every singleton subset of X is closed. And second, we use the definition of regular space. If you memorize these two hints, it will be very easy for you to prove the theorem. Now, we have just now proved that every T3 space is a T2 space, but you should bear in mind that the converse of above theorem is not true. That means every T3 space is a T2 space, but every T2 space is not a T3 space. You can find some example where the space is T2 but not T3. So next, we come to another main theorem of today's lecture, that every compact Hausdorff space is a T3 space. So before we start proving this theorem, I would first of all give a background of Hausdorff space. Students, जैसा कि आप इसको देख रहे हैं कि यदि X tau Hausdorff स्पेस है और सपोज कीजिए कि F एक सेट है और P जो है वो सेट F के बाहर का पॉइंट है, दैट मीन्स P डज नॉट बिलोंग टू F. तो चूंकि X tau Hausdorff स्पेस है, इसलिए P और X1 ये दोनों डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स हुए. इसी तरह P और X2 भी डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स हुए, P और X3 डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स हुए. तो चूंकि P और X1 डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स है, इसलिए स्पेस Hausdorff होने के कारण P को कंटेन करने वाला एक ओपन सेट मिलेगा, X1 को कंटेन करने वाला एक ओपन सेट मिलेगा, और ये दोनों ओपन सेट्स डिसजॉइंट होंगे. आपको इस बात का कंफ्यूजन नहीं होना चाहिए कि P को कंटेन करने वाला ओपन सेट जब X1 के साथ इसका पेयर बनता है, तब हम P को कंटेन करने वाले ओपन सेट को GX1 लिख रहे हैं, और उसी तरह से X2 जब हम लेंगे P के साथ, तो P को कंटेन करने वाला कोई दूसरा ओपन सेट GX2 है. तो इस तरह से हम पेयर लेते जाएंगे डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स के, तो हमको जो है इस तरह से डिसजॉइंट ओपन सेट्स मिलते जाएंगे. तो हम बार बार Px1, Px2, Px3 इतना सारा बार बार पेयर ना लिखकर हम जनरल क्या लिखते हैं कि P एक पॉइंट है F के बाहर का और F में एक पॉइंट है X. तो इन दोनों डिस्टिंक्ट पॉइंट्स के लिए P को कंटेन करने वाला एक ओपन सेट Gx और X को कंटेन करने वाला ओपन सेट Hx मिलेगा कि Gx इंटरसेक्शन Hx इज इक्वल टू phi. अब आप देखिए, हम इतने सारे हमको ओपन सेट्स मिले। Hx1 ओपन सेट x1 को कंटेन कर रहा है, Hx2 ओपन सेट x2 को कंटेन कर रहा है, और इसी तरह से तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं, ये जितने भी हमको ओपन सेट्स मिले हुए हैं तो हम एक कलेक्शन ले रहे हैं, क्या, Hx such that x belong to F। तो हम देख रहे हैं कि F जो है वो कंटेन्ड होगा यूनियन Hx x बिलोंगिंग टू F में। ये कैसे, यदि हम मान लें कि F में x1 x2 x3 x4 इतने एलिमेंट्स हैं, तो x1 F में है तो x1 जो है Hx1 में होगा, x2 F में है तो x2 जो है वो Hx2 में है। ये F के पॉइंट्स के हमने x1 x2 x3 लिए थे, तो ये सब Hx1 Hx2 Hx3 में है। तो हम देख रहे हैं कि x1 x2 x3 ये सारे पॉइंट्स जो है वो कंटेन्ड हो जाएगा ये यूनियन Hx x बिलोंगिंग टू F में, या हम कह सकते हैं ये पूरा कलेक्शन इन पॉइंट्स का F था, तो F इज कंटेन्ड इन यूनियन Hx x बिलोंगिंग टू F। ये हमारे थ्योरम के दौरान ये हमको थ्योरम के प्रूफ के बीच में आएगा, इसलिए हमने इसको पहले से बैकग्राउंड तैयार कर लिया है। So students, so our theorem is every compact Hausdorff space is a T3 space. So we start our proof. Let X tau be a compact Hausdorff space. We have to prove that X tau is a T3 space. Now, we know that every T2 space is a T1 space. T2 space means Hausdorff space. Hence, in order to prove that X tau is a T3 space, it is sufficient to prove that X tau is a regular space. So, in order to prove that X tau is a regular space, what we have to do? We have to take a closed set and a point which is outside that closed set. Then we have to search two open sets, one containing the point, second containing the closed set, and those two open sets must be disjoint. So we are doing the same thing. Let F be any tau closed subset of X and P be any element of X such that P is not an element of F. Now, we will use the property of Hausdorffness, and we will use the property of compact space and definition of compact space in the meantime. Now, because X tau is a Hausdorff space, because X tau is a Hausdorff space, therefore, for each X belonging to F, there must exist open sets Gx and Hx such that P belongs to Gx, X belongs to Hx, and Gx intersection Hx is equal to phi. This we have learned just before starting this, starting the proof of this theorem. So now the collection C is equal to Hx such that X belonging to F is a tau open cover of F, because F is contained in union Hx X belonging to F. This has been explained by me earlier. Now, since F is a closed subset of X and X tau is a compact space, hence F is also compact. This we have written by the fact that closed subset of a compact space is compact. Therefore, there exists finite number of open sets Hx1, Hx2, Hx3, Hxn, x1, x2, xn belonging to F such that F is contained in union Hxi, I varies from 1 to n. So now let H is equal to union Hxi, I is equal to 1 to n, and G is equal to intersection I is equal to 1 to n Gxi. This is an important step in our theorem. So, here we have written that F is contained in union I is equal to 1 to n Hxi, and we have supposed this union I is equal to 1 to n Hxi by, we have supposed this as H. So from here we can say that F is contained in H. Now, obviously G and H are tau open sets. H, arbitrary union of open sets, is open. So here finite number of elements are there. So H is an open set, and G is also an open set, being finite intersection of open sets. Now, because P belongs to Gxi for every I ranging from 1 to n. We have seen this. P belongs to Gx1, P belongs to Gx2, P belongs to Gx3, and so on. That is why we have written this, that P belongs to Gxi for all I in between 1 and n. Therefore, P belongs to intersection Gxi, I is equal to 1 to n. So and this has been supposed as G. So therefore, we can write P belongs to G. Now, P belongs to G and F is contained in H. Here, F is contained in H, and this is P belongs to G. Now we claim that G intersection H is equal to phi. For suppose that G intersection H is not equal to phi, then suppose there exists an element X which belongs to the intersection of G and H. So X belongs to G intersection H implies that X belongs to G intersection H implies that X belongs to G. X belongs to G intersection H implies that X belongs to G and X belongs to H. Now, X belongs to G implies X belongs to intersection Gxi, I is equal to 1 to n. Because G was equal to intersection Gxi, I is equal to 1 to n. This implies that X belongs to Gxi for all I in between 1 to n. Now, X belongs to H implies that X belongs to union Hxi, I is equal to 1 to n, because H was supposed to be equal to I is equal to 1 to n Hxi. This implies that X belongs to Hxk for some k in between 1 and n. Because here there was intersection, so we have written here for all, and here there is union, so we have written here for some k. Thus, Gxk intersection Hxk is not equal to phi, because we see that X belongs to Gxi for all I. It means that X belongs to Gx1, X belongs to Gx2, X belongs to Gxk, X belongs to Gxn, like this. And here X belongs to Hxk for some k in between 1 and n. Therefore, we are writing Gxk intersection Hxk is not equal to phi for some xk belonging to F. Here we get a contradiction to our expression 1. In expression 1, we had written that Gx intersection Hx is equal to phi. So this is a contradiction. Hence, G intersection H is equal to phi. We had started with that G intersection H is not equal to phi, and we reached a contradiction. So what we had supposed that G intersection H is not equal to phi was wrong. Hence G intersection H is equal to phi. Thus, for each tau closed subset f of x and p not belonging to f, There exist open sets G and H such that P belongs to G, F is contained in H, and G intersection H is equal to phi. Thus, we have proved that X tau is a regular space. And since X tau is regular and X tau is also T1, hence X tau is a T3 space. Thus, it is proved that every compact Hausdorff space is a T3 space. Students, if you remember these four hints, it will be very easy for you to write the theorem by your own. The hints are every T2 space is a T1 space. We have used the definition of Hausdorff space in proving our theorem. Closed subset of a compact space is compact, and we have also used the definition of compact space. Now students, we have proved that every T3 space is a T2 space, but the converse is not true. So, when is the converse true? That means every T2 space is not a T3 space. So, what we have seen in this theorem is that a T2 space becomes a T3 space with an extra condition that that space must be compact. Every T3 space is a T2 space, but every T2 space is not a T3 space. A T2 space which is compact as well is a T3 space. So with T2 there must be compactness, then only that space will become a T3 space. Students, sometime it is asked in the examination to give an example to show that every T2 space is not a T3 space. For this, let us consider the set of real numbers R and a topology tau on R defined as follows. The tau neighborhoods of non-zero elements in R are in the usual topology rounded U for R, but tau neighborhoods of 0 have the form n minus a, where n is a neighborhood of 0 in the usual topology, and a is equal to set 1 by n such that n is equal to 1, 2, 3 up to n. Then R tau is finer than u. That means rounded u is a subset of tau. Because we know that Ru is a Hausdorff space, that means distinct points of R are separated by disjoint rounded U open sets. Hence, distinct points of R are also separated by disjoint tau open sets, as rounded U open sets are also tau open sets. Hence, R tau is also a Hausdorff space. So students, this now today's lecture is over. I hope that you must have understood the proof of every T3 space is a T2 space and every T2 space is not a T3 space. Only a compact Hausdorff space is a T3 space. So thank you for listening me with patience. Thank you, students. Thank you very much.